Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a really fascinating report from the Colorado-based tech research firm Virtualization Options LLC. And we're tackling a question that, let's be honest, probably keeps a lot of us up at night. How can you really know if you're being monitored at work?
So why is this such a big deal right now? Well, check out this number from the report. It says it all. The use of employee monitoring software has shot up by over 50% since 2020. Yeah, since the whole remote work boom. This isn't some fringe issue anymore. For millions of people, it's the new reality.
Okay, before we get into the nitty-gritty, what are we actually talking about here? What even is this so-called monitoring software? It's often this unseen watcher, so let's shed some light on it.
Now, it's super important to know that monitoring software isn't just one single thing. Nope, it's a whole category of tools built to track how you work. And, while some tools might just log your active hours, the more advanced ones, well, they can do a whole lot more.
And the sheer range of what this software can do is kind of staggering. I mean, we're talking about everything from the software taking random screenshots of your screen to something called keystroke logging. And yes, that is exactly what it sounds like. It captures everything you type. It can also track every single website and app you open. Some can even monitor your social media and physical location. It's basically a log of your every digital move.
So this begs the obvious question, right? Why are companies even doing this? Well, that report from Virtualization Options points to three main reasons. So what are the official justifications? As you can see, it's not just one thing. Optimizing performance, that's the biggest slice of the pie at 45%. Companies just want to measure productivity. But right behind that, at 35%, is security. To look for things like insider threats. And then for about 20%, it's about meeting really strict regulatory rules, especially in industries like finance or healthcare.
And this gets right to the heart of the whole privacy issue. This software can be put on your device transparently, meaning you know about it, you've consented, it's all out in the open. Or it can be done through a stealth installation, where it's put on your device silently, without you even knowing. And as the report highlights, that second method, well, it raises some pretty serious ethical and legal questions.
Okay, so this brings us to the real reason you're here. How can you actually find out if this hidden software is on your devices? Let's walk through what the experts in the report suggest.
The report points out a few universal red flags, and these apply no matter what kind of device you're on. You want to be on the lookout for weird system slowdowns, especially when you're typing, or maybe you see some strange processes running in the background you don't recognize. Is your battery draining way faster than usual? Or is your laptop or phone running hot even when you're not doing much? Those are all classic warning signs.
Now, what's really great is that the report breaks it down by platform. So for Windows, you're going to want to look at your Task Manager and Services. If you're on a Mac, the places to check are Activity Monitor and your login items. For an Android phone, it's really all about digging into your apps and seeing which ones have device admin permissions. And on an iPhone or iPad, the big giveaway is usually a hidden management profile under your settings.
Here's a really crucial legal point the Virtualization Options report makes. The rules are not the same everywhere, not even close. Your rights can change dramatically depending on where you are. And maybe most importantly, it depends on who owns the device. Your legal protections are almost always much stronger if it's your personal device, even if you're using it for work.
Okay, so let's say you do find something that looks suspicious. What now? This part is huge. You need to understand your rights and the legal landscape.
Now, the good news for all of us is that the legal tide seems to be turning towards more transparency. You've got major regulations like GDPR over in Europe, the CCPA in California, and even a specific law in New York that are all putting stricter rules in place. And what these laws generally do is require employers to tell you what they're monitoring and why.
So where's the line usually drawn? Well, monitoring is typically seen as legal if it's on a company-owned device, they've clearly told you about it, and it's limited to your work. It starts getting into that gray, potentially invasive area when it's on your personal device without your consent, or if it tracks you outside of work hours, or starts collecting personal info that has nothing to do with your job.
So the big takeaway here is that you are not powerless. The report lays out 4 best practices to protect your privacy. First, know your company's policy. Read it. Understand it. Second, practice good digital hygiene.
Audit your apps and permissions regularly. Third, and this one is huge, try to create separation. If you can, use separate devices or at least separate accounts for work and your personal life. And finally, if you see something weird, document it. Keep records.
In the end, this report from Virtualization Options LLC leaves us with this really powerful question to think about. In our completely connected world, who is the true administrator of your device? It's a reminder that the line between security and surveillance is always shifting, and the things like vigilance, education, and demanding transparency are what will ultimately protect our digital privacy at work.